Good morning students, welcome back to our HRM class. In the previous classes we discussed regarding the introduction, the definition of human resource management. We also discussed the various concepts, the 7 concepts that contributed to the field of the study of human resource management. Now in this particular class we shall discuss regarding the scope of HRM. We shall discuss regarding the scope of human resource management. That's what we are going to do in this particular class. So when we look at this particular scope of human resource management, HRM has got a very wide scope. Alright, it encompasses the functions of the functions of the department, as well as it looks after the employees. Every employee who is working in an organization comes under this particular umbrella of HRM, and even the management also. Right, the chairman, the owner of the organization, or the chairman of the organization, the managing directors, the board of members, the chief executives, now every one of them comes under the umbrella of human resource management. So as such, human resource management has got a very wide scope. Okay, based on this particular things, we are going to divide this particular scope, and this huge scope that has got the very wide scope that we have got for human resource management. Right, in spite of that, the notable contributors to this particular field of human resource management have broadly given us 3 aspects. The first one is the personal aspect, right, the second one is the welfare aspect, the third one is the industrialization aspect. So these 3 things are going to tell what are the boundaries, to what extent human resource management is implementable, or what are those particular areas which come under this particular umbrella or the purview of the human resource management. So when we look at them, the personal aspect is basically got to do with the department of HRM, the HRM functions, or the whatever the role, the responsibility, the functions performed by HR department in an organization, that comes under the personal aspect. The second aspect we have is welfare aspect. Welfare aspect here we mean by employees. So those particular things, those particular roles, responsibilities and functions of human resource management with regard to the employees, that comes under the welfare aspect. The third one is the industrial relations aspect. Now here the relation between the management and the workers. So here we have got a new party called as this particular management and workers. Among this particular management and workers, HR happens to be a third party. Now the relations between these two, they are covered under industrial relations aspect. Now let us discuss and let us see each one of them in detail. So let's start off with the first part, the first scope, that is nothing but the personal aspect. Now personal aspect, as I told you, here in the personal aspect we are going to discuss the scope of HR as a department. So when we look at the scope of HR as a department, it is concerned with manpower planning, it's concerned with recruitment and selection, placement, transfers, promotions, training and development, layoff and retrenchment, remuneration, incentive, productivity. So in a nutshell, those particular functions, those particular responsibilities that are carried out by HR department, that are carried out by the employees working in a HR department in an organization on a day-to-day basis, is what we say as a personal aspect. So the scope of HRM under personal aspect is basically on the operational role of the HR. So this focuses on the operational role of the HR. So what is the extent, that is, what are those particular things that are going to come? So all those particular responsibilities, or all those particular functions, like operative functions and managerial functions, both these particular functions which are carried out by the HR department in an organization, right? So here we happen to see few of those things, like recruitment, selection, promotion, retrenchment, training and development, remuneration. So all these things, they come under this particular personal aspect. So that's the first scope of our human resource management. Now when we move on to the next one, the second one is what we have as welfare aspect. Now this particular aspect, or this particular scope of human resource management here, welfare aspect, basically looks after or basically covers employees, right? So apart from, we are stepping out of the operative functions, we are stepping out of our own department, our day-to-day work in the organization, and we are trying to reach out to the employees. Here the HR is trying to reach out to the employees, how better we can make their work easy, how better we can make their lives better. So on this particular areas, the HR department is going to focus. Latest, of late, in the last decade, in last couple of years, one of the under this particular scope of HR, one of the things that has been added is employee well-being. In the later part, in the last decade of the 20th century, that's in the 1990s, most of the focus of the HRM with regarding to the employees was on balance between personal life and work life. Okay, so that particular, the topic that we have in the syllabus was like work-life balance. A number of studies are being carried out on this particular work-life balance. How can we balance this particular? Then they said whatever an employee is missing out in his particular personal life, if an organization can provide for that, now that would be better. And that's how this particular concept of employee well-being came into the picture. Alright, so organization is not only looking after his needs, is not only looking after his psychological needs, his physical needs, his social needs, but we are also trying to reach out to this particular employee in terms of his emotional needs. We are also trying to reach out to this particular employee in terms of his well-being, in terms of his health and protective things like that. Okay, so here when we look at the welfare aspect, it basically deals with the working conditions and amenities such as canteens, creches, rest and lunch rooms, housing, transport, medical assistance, education, health, safety, recreation and other facilities. So broadly speaking, the welfare of the human resource management in this particular scope of the HRM under the welfare aspect, we can divide this particular activities, or we can divide this particular facilities, that's the better word, we can divide those particular facilities into two categories: statutory welfare facilities and non-statutory welfare facilities. Both statutory and non-statutory come under this particular welfare aspect. So statutory welfare facilities are those particular facilities which every organization has to implement, and the responsibility of implementing those facilities, the responsibility of making these facilities available to the employees rests on the HR department. Alright, it is the responsibility of HR department of an organization to make this particular facilities available to the employees, and these facilities are mandatory. Right, they are being covered by various acts like Provident Fund Act, Gratuity Act, Workmen's Compensation Act, Minimum Wages Act. Okay, so we have got a number of acts like that which happen to provide welfare facilities to the employees, like under like safety, health, okay, under this particular thing. So these are statutory. The other part is the non-statutory. Now this is here in the case of the non-statutory, it is not mandated by law, or there is no compulsion on the organization that you will have to do that, and in case if you are not going to do that, you are not going to provide those facilities, you will be penalized, or an action might be taken, or a legal action might be initiated against you. There are no such hard and fast compulsions or rules. It is up to the organization. Alright, if organization wants to retain the best talent, if an organization wants to bring out this particular trait called employee loyalty, then they provide this particular non-statutory welfare measures. Alright, so overall, broadly speaking, this welfare aspect is with regarding to the employees. And finally, the industrial relations aspect. So this particular aspect of industrial relations, or this here, under the scope of human resource management, this covers union, that is nothing but the trade union, and management relationships. The relationship between trade unions and the management, that's what the industrial relations aspect covers. So when we and here, what is this particular labor management relations? Right, we have concepts, we have things like joint consultations, like collective bargaining, workers' participation in management, grievance redressal, disciplinary procedures, settlement of disputes, etc. Right. So this particular things are covered under industrial relations, right? So the relationship between employee and employer, the relationship between the worker and management are covered under industrial relations aspects, right? But in the services driven industry, the first two are mandatory. Every HR department, then when we look at the scope of HR department, the first two are covered, the personal aspect and the welfare aspect are covered. But the industrial relation aspect, the name is changed here. In place of this particular industrial relations, we have employee relations. Alright, we remove the word called industrial, we add the word called employee in the service driven industry. Whereas in the secondary sector, in the manufacturing driven industry, where trade unions play a key role, a very prominent role, and trade unions are very strong, there we don't use the word called employee, but we use the word called industrial relations. So this particular once again, before I wind up, let me again reiterate that the scope of HRM is covered under personal aspect, welfare aspect, and industrial relations. Personal aspect is nothing but HR department role, responsibilities and functions. Welfare aspect is with regarding to the employees, what HR department has to provide them, the facilities they have to provide to the employees. Here under industrial relations, ensure that they strike a right balance between the management and the employee, between the employee and the employer, between the management and the workers or the laborers, right? So ensuring that no disputes arise, ensuring that this particular relationship between the management and the workers, between the employee and employer remains healthy. So that again comes under our scope called industrial relations aspect. So that's with regarding to this particular class on scope of human resource management. We shall again meet in a new class with a new topic. Till then, have a pleasant time.